Hey guys, Anthony from Anthony's Customs back. This time I actually get to do a new toy review. It's been a little while, I've had a bit of a dry spell, but I finally found some stuff. So you guys get to see some videos of some new toys rather than some 6-year-old stuff. Today we're going to be looking at the Dark of the Moon Laserbeak. It's actually a pretty cool figure. It's pretty large for being a deluxe figure also. I mean, I know he's kind of skinny in some areas, but overall the size is kind of nice. We're going to go ahead and look at his beast mode first. That's what they call it in the instructions. It's the Cybertronian mode. It's kind of a strange design, so I'm not sure if it's supposed to be actually Cybertronian mode, or just what he looks like in Earth. I guess we're going to find out maybe in the movie. And there's also a trailer with Laserbeak where he's a copy machine. So I'm not sure if that's going to be what he normally is, or if he's just that for a minute or not, I don't know. But in this, he goes from this to kind of an airplane helicopter type thing. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the beast mode. First of all, there's not a whole lot of paint on this figure, but there's enough variation in the molded plastic that it looks kind of pretty nice still. Also, there's a little bit of paint on the wings to kind of feather out the silver to the red, so that looks pretty good too. And then the red on the turbines underneath the mech tech. Pretty nice looking figure overall. I think it's pretty cool. And then he's got some paint on the face as well. The mouth is articulated so you can close the beak or leave it open. It's up to you. The wings rotate this way so you can pose them however you like, whichever you think looks good. And then they move in and out also a little bit. So you can get some different poses with that. The legs are articulated and all over the place. And then the feet also. And then the tail has a couple of joints of articulation, points of articulation, a couple of joints in there. So that's nice. And then the head has about 5, I think. So you can pose that all over the place. In terms of mech tech ports, you have the 2 on top of these turbines here, 2 underneath the turbines, 2 on the feet, and 1 underneath his torso area. I don't think there's any on the tail. No. So, pretty decent. Let's look at the mech tech real quick. Although I don't like putting the mech tech on the figure in this mode, it looks kind of silly. You kind of have this one solid piece. It looks like a gun, sort of. Kind of like a little Gatling gun with the 4 barrels. And then you have one that is actually mech tech. It's not very good, I don't think. It's kind of silly. It spins and then doesn't really line up ever. It doesn't line up well. So I don't care for that. But you can kind of combine them. How does it go? Like this. And then they stick together to make one big gun, which I don't really care for, because it doesn't really fit together that well. It snaps in, but it's kind of just weird. I don't really care for it. But I guess it's cool enough. It lines up for the most part, so there's the mech tech for the beast mode. Pretty cool figure. A little different for the movie verse, even with Rampage. Wasn't quite so, I don't know, beast-like, I guess. He was kind of a small role. So maybe Laserbeak will. I know he's a G1 character, kind of a fan favorite, so it's cool that they incorporated him into the movie. We'll just have to wait and see how it actually pans out, how it turns out in the movie. So let me go ahead and get him transformed. It's a pretty simple transformation, and I will talk about his other mode. Alright, so I've got Laserbeak transformed now. As you can see, it doesn't really have a whole lot of transformation. It looks basically like the same figure, just with things folded up. So I'm not real happy with the whole Laserbeak toy. The beast mode's alright. This mode's alright. It's just kind of a letdown because it looks like whatever is supposed to be a pterodactyl that's supposed to look like an airplane, but it doesn't. The feet are still clearly there. The head, I guess it looks like a cockpit, kind of. I don't know. And the tail still looks like a tail. I don't have it folded in all the way. It still looks like the tail, just folded up. And then the wings are hidden, I guess, pretty well inside the turbines. But, it's just kind of kind of blah, kind of not so good. And then the paint looks goofy on the head. We'll have to see how it looks in the movie, but the figure's kind of unimpressive. He's got the same mech tech ports, except he has an extra one on his head now. So the 2 there, 1 there, 2 on each one of these, the 2 in his feet, and then 1 more there again. Probably the way you're going to put them is either on the wings, top or bottom, is my guess. I think they look better on the bottom. And if I had to use them, I'd put them on there. I'd probably just leave them on there, because it doesn't look bad. It looks somewhat alright. They're just really gigantic. At least that one is. And, you've got all the same articulation, basically, minus the head and the feet. So the wings, you can still move them up and down and rotate them. But I don't know if you would really want to do that too much. You're probably going to end up just leaving them like this, is my guess, or in the other mode. So I would rate this guy Beast Mode, give it a 7. Vehicle Mode, give it a 5. Average it out to a 6. Unless you're collecting the line or just really like Laserbeak, it's an easy pass, I would say. It's not a very impressive figure overall. So there you have it. There's Laserbeak. Thanks for watching. Keep an eye out for more reviews, new and old toys coming on a regular basis. And in the meantime, keep collecting.